ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितां तां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितां च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So we'll be studying together today fourth chapter Transcendental Knowledge in Bhagavad Gita as it is, verse 12. So just repeat with me first the words and then the line by line we'll recite. Kang Santaha Karmanam Siddhim Yajanta Iha Devataha Shipram Hi Manuse लोके सिद्धिर भवति कर्मजा। कांक्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा। कांक्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा। कांक्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा। वन प्रभु वन माता जी। काम सिद्धिं सेवकाः माता जी। कांक्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा। Word meaning: कांक्षन्तः desiring, karmanam of fruitive activities, siddhim perfection, yajante they worship by sacrifices, iha in the material world, devataha the demigods, Chipram very quickly. He certainly Manuse in human society. Loke within this world. Siddhi success. Bhavati comes. Karmaja from fruitive work. Translation: men in this world desire success in fruitive activities and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, men get results from fruitive work in this world. Please repeat the translation. Men in this world desire success in fruitive activities and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, men get results from fruitive work in this world. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Purport: there is a great misconception about the gods or demigods of this material world, and men of less intelligence, although passing as great scholars, take these demigods to be various forms of the Supreme Lord. Actually, the demigods are not different forms of God, but they are God's different parts and parcels. God is one, and the parts and parcels are many. The Vedas say, Nityo Nityanam, God is one. Ishvara Parama Krishna, the Supreme God is one. Krishna, and the demigods are delegated with powers to manage this material world. These demigods are all living entities, Nityanam, with different grades of material power. They cannot be equal to the Supreme God, Narayana, Vishnu, or Krishna. Anyone who thinks that God and the demigods are on the same level is called an atheist or Pashandi. Even the great demigods like Brahma and Shiva cannot be compared to the Supreme Lord. In fact, the Lord is worshipped by demigods such as Brahma and Shiva, Shiva Virinchi Nutam. Yet, curiously enough, there are many human leaders who are worshipped by foolish men under the misunderstanding of anthropomorphism or zoomorphism. Iha Devataha denotes a powerful man or demigod of this material world. But Narayana, Vishnu, or Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, does not belong to this world. He is above or transcendental to material creation. Even Sripada Sankaracharya, leader of the impersonalists, maintains that Narayana or Krishna is beyond this material creation. However, foolish people, Kritajnana, worship the demigods because they want immediate results. They get the results but do not know that results so obtained are temporary and are meant for less intelligent persons. The intelligent person is in Krishna consciousness and he has no need to worship the paltry demigods for some immediate temporary benefit. The demigods of this material world, as well as their worshippers, will vanish with the annihilation of this material world. The boons of the demigods are material and temporary. Both the material worlds and their inhabitants, including the demigods and their worshippers, are bubbles in the cosmic ocean. In this world, however, human society is mad after temporary things such as the material opulence of possessing land, family, and enjoyable paraphernalia. To achieve such temporary things, people worship the demigods or powerful men in human society. If a man gets some ministership in the government by worshipping a political leader, he considers that he has achieved a great boon. All of them are therefore kowtowing to the so called leaders or big guns in order to achieve temporary boons. And they indeed achieve such things. Such foolish men are not interested in Krishna consciousness for the permanent solution to the hardships of material existence. They are all after sense enjoyment, And to get a little facility for sense enjoyment, they are attracted to worshipping empowered living entities known as demigods. This verse indicates that people are rarely interested in Krishna consciousness. They are mostly interested in material enjoyment and therefore they worship some powerful living entity. Hari Om Tat Sat. Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master has opened my eyes with thought light of knowledge. I offer and pray my humble obeisance unto him. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Swami Gitami. Namacharya Padaya Nitya Kapa Pradhani Gaura Katha Damdaya Nidramdari. Hare Krishna. Nice to meet all of you. Last week I couldn't meet, but it's always nice to be in this satsang, in this crowd, in this group. Sorry to use the word crowd. So, Prabhu has given me a topic which is talking about not to worship demigods. And yesterday was Varamahalakshmi Puja, day before yesterday. But try to understand, Prabhupada is very smart. He is very good in writing his English. Prabhupada का जो English है, हिंदी में तो मैं पढ़ा नहीं, but English में he is using the word worship. He's saying don't worship. Actually, in Vedas, in our home, what we say? We always say Mata, Pita, Guru, Daivam. That's all there. But when it comes to worship, whom we should worship and whom we should not worship. In this particular sloka, this is what Krishna is saying. And Prabhupada has written very beautiful purport. As you read again and again, go deeper and deeper into it, we will understand what he is trying to tell us. Because we are in India, and in India there is so much of distraction in doing your puja and things like that, family tradition, sentimentalism, and then what you call, yeah, you have so many scriptures, all these things are there. So it's a total confusion. That is the reason Prabhupada got instruction from his guru, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, that go to the West and preach and develop Krishna consciousness. So he just followed the instruction of his guru. And he went somehow with all hardship, he reached US. He was there for a year. He developed many Western devotees, Western bodied devotees. He brought them here. And after bringing, he started this Krishna consciousness. If would have tried to spread Krishna consciousness with the local people here, it would have been extremely difficult. Lots of problems, lots of obstacles, interference. And Prabhupada is from West Bengal, where Kali Puja, Durga Puja, Kali Mata is worshipped like anything. And in the name of Kali Mata, there are so many things they do. But Prabhupada had to introduce Krishna consciousness. Krishna, to keep Krishna in the center, to worship Krishna, to pray Krishna, and believe in Krishna so much that you don't have to worry about praying to other devatas. In English, we say demigods, and in Hindi, we are saying devata. In fact, it reminds me of a song about 30 years back or 35 years back. In Bollywood, we had this song, देवा हो देवा गणपति देवा तुमसे बढ़कर कौन और तुम्हारे भक्त जनों में हमसे बढ़कर कौन. But here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Gopi Bharata Pada Kamalayor Dasa Dasanu Dasa. See what a difference it is. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is Lord Krishna, and he is saying, I am Dasa Dasanu Dasa. And here in the film song, Humse Badkar Kaun, Deva O Deva. So this is the problem we all have, and we are all so attracted. Generally, I'm not saying we here. We are lucky that we are come into Krishna consciousness. That's why here, if you see the purport, in the purport, Prabhupada is saying, intelligent people have taken Krishna consciousness, which means we all can say that we are intelligent people. So this is how Krishna consciousness has to be spread. Now, Krishna is saying Janma Karma Chime Divyam in the previous sloka, and he's saying just you should know my leelas, how I took birth, what other leelas I did, keep my activities, all these things, and you will go back home, back to Godhead. He has given the simplest solution, which means what? Every day we should read Krishna book. Every day we should read Bhagavatam. Every day we should associate with devotees and talk about Krishna. Just simple things we have to do. But the challenge is, are we having time? This is the question. And Prabhupada has designed the whole system in such a way that systematically, if you do, you can do all of that. But then there is something called practical application and theoretical application. Practically, there are many people who are still employed. So, can they follow the same strict, disciplined system what Prabhupada has introduced? So, it is difficult. So, you have to balance it out. So, that's why we say keep Krishna in the center and do all your activities around it. Anasaktasya Vishayan Yatharam Upayanjito Nirbandha Krishna Sammade Yuktam Vairagyam Uchyate. Connect yourself in every way by keeping Krishna in the center and try to do it. So we'll go further. Then in the next sloka after Janma Karmechime Divyam, in the next sloka 4.10, Krishna is saying Vitaraga Bhaya Krodha. Get rid of attachment, get rid of fear, get rid of anger. Because all these three are obstacles for us in our bhakti. And then after that he is saying, Ye yatha mam prabhadyante tam tadaiva bhajamyaham, which Prabhu had taken and it was a very nice class which Prabhu explained so nicely. So in that Krishna is saying, everything depends upon you. He has put the ball in our court. And he says, everything depends upon you. How you come to me, I will reciprocate. If you come as a bhakta, I will reciprocate accordingly. If you come as a karmi, I will reciprocate accordingly. Whatever mood in which you are coming, accordingly I will reciprocate. And now today's verse, Krishna is saying, Kankshantah karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devataha shipkram hi manuse loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. Now what we can see in our day-to-day life, those people, those of you who drive car, you can have, this is a perfect example. When I went through this, I realized this is the best example I can give. All of you who drive a car, you want to park your car in reverse into your house compound. You take the vehicle in front, and before you come in reverse, you will see 5 scooters behind the car running, and you have to wait for them. People are so much in hurry. Ekdam jaldi, 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 jaldi. For what? Everybody is rushing. You can't wait for 1 minute or some 30 seconds and allow the car to go back. No. People are walking. They just want to rush and go. So this is the way the whole system is. Everybody wants everything to be done in jaldi jaldi hone ke. Everything should happen quickly. So that same mood is prevailing when you come into bhakti also. You want everything to happen like this, instant. But my personal experience after coming back to India, in fact, I would say, I would put it across this way. Srivalla Prabhu is the temple president of Damodar Desh, Dubai. So he had come here to my home for having prasadam, lunch prasadam. His youngest son, he has 3 sons. The last son, he studied in US, then came back, and after that, he uh, he came back to Damodar Desh, that is Dubai, and he got a job, and he was put on training in Bangalore. So since his father and mother had come, I had invited them. So son was also there. We told you also come and have prasadam with us. So when he came, he had to come to HSR to HDFC Bank. He had to ask for his ATM card. I didn't know that he had gone to HDFC Bank in HSR, but when his father told me, I said, I bet Shivula Prabhu, if your son goes, gets a job done and comes back, I will give you 1,000 rupees. After half an hour, his son came back and said, no, they said it will take under 6 days to process the papers. So everything we want jaldi jaldi, but you go to any office, any bank, any government office, it takes its own sweet time. So people want things to happen quickly, but it doesn't happen. But because that's the way it is, they are accepting it there. But when it comes to their personal desires to be fulfilled, they go to worship the demigods, the devatas. This is all because they don't have proper knowledge. They go to the devatas and they ask for different boons. They want things to happen quickly. And they think God is a order supplier. We'll ask and he will give. But the biggest problem is most of the people don't know who is God. Do you all know who is God? Huh? How you say that? Pramanam. Anything you say, it should have a pramanam. Yes. Fantastic. Perfect. Exact answer. This is said by, this is in Vishnu Purana. Parasramuni, father of Yasadeva, is describing. He is given the definition that Krishna will have these six opulences in full. So that is the definition of God. Then next comes the Devatas. There are powerful Devatas like Shiva, Brahma, Sun, Ganesha. Like that, there are powerful Devatas and they have their position. They know their position very well. But many of us, we don't have proper education, proper knowledge, so we end up going and praying to them. That's how they sing Deva Deva Ganpati Deva. That's how all these songs come in. So we have to realize that who is God and who is demigod or devata. And we can go to devatas and we can pray. We don't have to worship them. This is what you have to understand. In English, the word used is worship. Don't worship. You can do your prayers. Like if you know the story of Rukmini, Rukmini went to Katyayani and prayed to Katyayani that I must get Krishna. So when you go to the temple. Go even there is nothing wrong in going to Ganesha temple or any of these temple, Lakshmi temple. You can go, but you can pray that I want Krishna. You beg them, you request them. You can go and you can chant the holy name Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You can go to these places. You can chant the holy name and pray. They will also be very happy because they are also assigned that particular job by Krishna. Then we will go step by step what Prabhupada is saying instead of I just speaking on them. What Prabhupada is saying in his purport, from that we'll get a better idea. Why? Because I remember long time back in one of the lectures, Dr. Keshavanand Prabhu, Keshav Anand Das is disciple of Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj. He is somewhere in Punjab, Chandigarh, that side. So when I met him, I was talking to him. So I was telling him, Prabhu, how can we express our realizations? So Prabhu said, your realization is not that important. You have to dovetail your realization to Prabhupada's realization. What Prabhupada has written in the purport, you have to stick to that. And you have to tune yourself. That is what is surrender. That is the way when you take Diksha, you surrender and follow what Prabhupada is saying and what he has written. We don't want to know what is there in your mind, what imagination you have. So this is the first point, which I got from Keshavanand Prabhu. So we'll go step by step. Many of the people in the world, they do the blunder. That's what Prabhupada has written. There is great misconception about the gods or demigods of the material world and men of less intelligence. That's why I said we are intelligent people. Although posing as great scholars, take these demigods to be various forms of the supreme God. So now the next thing comes demigods. Actually, the demigods are not different forms of God, but they are God's different parts and parcels. We are also different parts and parcels of the God. The difference is they have done lots of pious activities. Because of that, they have qualified to get that particular position. Now, if you say Indra, Chandra, Varuna, these are all different designations, different positions. We have Union Ministry of Finance, Union Ministry of Home Ministry, Union Finance Minister, Foreign Affairs Minister. Different ministers are there. Like that, these are all different posts which are held by a person. So that is how these devatas have got this position, and above all of them is the Supreme Lord Krishna. Now, to know more about this, if you see, it's in Bhagavatam. Someday Prabhu is going to start Bhagavatam. I am looking forward to that because the nectar of Bhagavatam, once you start getting into it, nothing like Srimad Bhagavatam. In Srimad Bhagavatam, you will be seeing the original actual position of Krishna. Krishna expands into Balram. Why in ISKCON, why Srila Prabhupada gave so much importance to Krishna? This is the reason. One of the reasons. Krishna expands into Balram. Balram expands into Chaturvyuha. That is Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Aniruddha, Pradyumna. And from Sankarshana, we get Narayana. From Narayana, there is second Chaturvyuha. Again the same Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Aniruddha, Pradyumna. Then from this, Sankarshana expands into Karnodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Shirodakshaya Vishnu. There is one Karnodakshaya Vishnu, and from him, when he lies down, lots of bubbles come out from the pores. Like I have hair in my body, there are so many pores. The pores come like bubble, and into each of these bubble, which becomes universe, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu enters. And once Garbhodakshaya Vishnu enters into so many universes, then you have from the Nabhi of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, a lotus comes, and on the top of lotus you have Brahma. And Brahma is given the task of filling the universe completely from top to bottom, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, like that. Top you go, up, you fill with living beings. And then Shirodakshaya Vishnu goes and sits as Paramatma in each and every living being. It can be a germ, it can be a cockroach, it can be a squirrel, it can be rat, it can be bird, anything. So this is Krishna at this level expands. And then we have from here Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. They are Guna avatars. So many people have this question, why we should not pray to Shiva? There is nothing wrong in praying to Shiva. You don't have to worship. Please understand the word worship. You don't have to worship him. And even if you go and pray to him, ask him that my Krishna consciousness should improve. We should progress in our bhakti. Our definition of bhakti is Krishna consciousness. Bhagavan, Bhakta, Bhakti connects Bhagavan and Bhakta. This is our definition. So this we have to understand, and we have to start accepting after going through so many scriptures where so many acharyas have written so many reasons why it is Krishna. So these things are very important. And I think all of you chant the holy name, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. In the morning, you get up, you do Mangala Arati. I'm not saying all of you, but most of all the initiated devotees. You do Mangala Arati. After Mangala Arati, you have Narsimha Arati, and after Narsimha Arati, you do Tulsi Arati. And then what do you do? Yes, Mate? Huh? Yeah. Do you agree with Mataji? You do chanting. Between Tulsi Arati and chanting, don't you do anything else? Yeah, Siksastakam. Exactly. In the 10 offenses, you remember the second offense? Number one, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life in propagating the holy name of the Lord. Number two, to consider the name of Shiva and Brahma to be equal to or independent of name of Lord Vishnu. Very clearly, everything is given to us. We have to recite it every day. We have to know it by heart, and we have to follow it. And another beauty of doing, I'm just diverting a little bit. Another beauty of doing Tulsi Arti. What a mercy we have got from Krishna as well as Tulsi Devi. Both have come, both are there for us. Krishna is there in different forms, in the form of picture, in the form of deity, in the form of wood, in the form of metal. The different ways you can keep Lord Krishna's deity in your house. And you have Tulsi Devi. Everybody is having Tulsi Devi in your house. Tulsi Devi loves Krishna the most, like Lakshmi Devi and other gopis. Tulsi Devi loves Krishna. In Vrindavan, she has created beautiful Kunja Vihari, beautiful garden where Krishna and Radha can have their pastimes. And Tulsi Devi is very happy when she is very close to Krishna, but can she walk? She cannot walk. So that is the job of a devotee. He plucks and takes it and offers it to the lotus feet of Krishna. When this happens, Krishna is happy, Tulsi Devi is happy. And who can do that? Only you can do. That is the biggest advantage we all have as devotees. And Tulsi should not be offered to any other deities like Ganesha, Lakshmi Devi. You should be very careful. It should be offered only and only to Krishna or Vishnu, Narayana, Rama, Narsimha, Vamana, to them. So many boons we have got. When we can do all this, why we should go and worship some devata who will be living for some years, and after some years he will also die. That some year is very unimaginable because we maximum can live 80 years. अगर you are lucky 90. चलो उसमें भी थोड़ा बोनस मिल गया 100 साल. लेकिन how much of suffering we will have to take. But the devatas have much longer duration of life. So once in Indralok, Indra was constructing a beautiful palace. He wanted to live in that palace happily. So he was constructing, but the construction work was going on and on and on and on. So he got irritated. जैसा हम लोग इधर इरिटेट होते हैं ना, यू गो टू द बैंक, काम नहीं होता है, वापस जाते हैं, नहीं वो दैट पर्सन हैज नॉट कम, बंक मारा आज, छुट्टी ऑफिस में नहीं आए, देन नेक्स्ट डे जाने के लिए सोचता है, देन वो टुडे महालक्ष्मी पूजा हॉलीडे, एक काम होने के लिए 10 टाइम जाना पड़ता है छोटा सा काम करने के लिए. सो this Indra was very upset. He was very angry. That time, Lomasa Rishi passes by. By the way, tomorrow is Putrada Ekadasi. And when you read the Ekadasi Mahatmaya, you will be reading about Lomasa Rishi. So, Lomasa Rishi is coming to his palace and he meets Indra. One of the boon Lomasa Rishi has got is when all the hair from his body falls, after that only he will die. So Lomasa Rishi is coming and meeting Indra, and Indra is agitated, एकदम गुस्से में है. So Lomasa Rishi is asking, क्या हो गया, क्या बात है? So he is saying, it is taking so much time. This construction is not getting over. When will I go and start living in this palace? So Lomasa Rishi is saying, why you worry so much about the palace? See me, मेरे पास एक चटाई है, pie. Wherever I feel like sleeping, I just put it and I sleep. I get up and I keep going. Then, when he said this, Indra saw some ants crawling. उसके जो घर बांध रहा है उधर से ants चींटी he was they were just crawling out. So Indra was angry again, irritated that इतना चींटी किधर से आया, ये इंद्रलोक है, इंद्रलोक में ये सब चींटी क्या है? So Lomasa Rishi said they were all Indras before, now they have become ant and they are all crawling in your palace. So Lomasa Rishi has such a long life. Devatas, they have also long life, but longer than ours. So why we have to go and pray somebody who is not going to live permanently in this world? So that is what Krishna is trying to put across in our mind. He is making us understand you don't have to go to any of these people because ultimately they have to come to me. If I don't sanction, they cannot give you. They are not empowered. Now, if I go and ask Prabhu, Prabhu, can you organize something by which I can raise funds to construct temple? Prabhu will say, I don't have the authority to do that. I need to get permission from my temple president. That temple president has to sanction. After that only I can give you permission. So what I will do, I will go directly to that president and ask him instead of asking Prabhu. Anyway, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't bypass Prabhu because he's the leader. But what I'm saying is, when he cannot give that boon, how can I do anything? Similarly, we have this Narsimhadev and Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu did meditation and he pleased Brahma and then he wanted to be immortal. Brahma said, I myself am not immortal. Maybe ek din marne wala hu. How can I give you that boon? So we have these examples which we have to see, read, and try to understand what is the message we are getting by all this. What is Krishna trying to tell us? And in Bhagavad Gita, clearly Krishna is giving that I am the authority. Come to me. In the end, he will say, "For sarvadharmam parityaja, mam ekam sharanam." Come and surrender to me. So that is what here he is saying. You don't have to go to the demigods, the devatas. If you go to devatas, devatas are not going to fulfill your desire, one. And second thing, if the devatas give, they will give out without realizing that whether you require it or not. For example, a child goes to the mother and asks the mother that, give me money, I want to smoke. Mother will give one thappad. Because mother knows it's not good. Father knows it's not good. So parents, father, mother, they will give the right thing to the child. In the same manner, we should not go to devatas. Devatas, they don't realize the consequences. Shiva is considered to be Ashtosh, somebody who can be pleased very quickly and he gives boon, le jao, le jao, le jao. But later on, the problems that has to be taken care only by Krishna in the form of Rama or in the form of Narsimha or in different forms. He has to come and do the leelas and he has to protect the mankind. So this is the reason it is said, don't try to go and worship the devatas and ask for some quick boon. Go through the proper process so that you don't have to worry about anything and everything will fall rightly in place. Not only that, Krishna will give you at the right time. Krishna is such that he will give you what you require at the right time and that will be of great benefit to you. And by that time, you will be so strong that you will not be misusing it. Now I will take a live example which you will understand this better. In Madurai, in South India, Madurai, in Tirupalai, there is a temple, ISKCON temple. That temple is run by wonderful devotees, and the temple president is Balram Govind Prabhu. Balram Govind Prabhu is having 65 gold jewelry shop in Tamil Nadu. Tangamai Jewelers, they are 65. Their share rate is around 5,000 today, one share. Now, if you go and meet Balram Govind Prabhu, they are three brothers, and they had developed the community so beautifully that there is temple. Next to the temple, Balram Govind Prabhu's house is there, and behind they have taken 50 acres of land, and literally he has converted around 50% of jewelers in Madurai into devotees. They all have purchased plot, they have constructed, and whenever devotees go there, devotees stay in their house. So much facility they have provided. All of them at 4:30 are there to do Mangalarti. And every day, Balram Govind Prabhu does Mangalarti. And Balram Govind Prabhu is owner of jewelry shop. Normally, it is said the people who are into business they pray to Lakshmi Devi. But he has realized that you don't have to pray to Lakshmi Devi. You pray to Krishna. Automatically, Lakshmi Devi will also come because the lotus feet of Krishna is the place where Lakshmi Devi resides. And in Brahma Samhita, we have Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sambrahma Sevyamanam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajan. So there are thousands of Lakshmis serving one Krishna. There is only one Krishna and thousands of Lakshmis. Prabhu has realized it, and since he has realized, he is using all the money what he earns in spreading Krishna consciousness. And he is such a great warrior or disciple of our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapata Swami Maharaj, that Guru Maharaj has to instruct him, I want you to support this project. He immediately gives money. And gives money means not like 50,000 or 1 lakh, in crores. And if you see him, you will never say he is Balram Govind Prabhu, a jeweler, owner of the jewelry shop. He wears three-piece clothes. That is Angavastar, Dhoti and Langoti. That's it. And he doesn't stay with his family. Even though family is next to the temple, he stays at the top of the temple, leading a Vanaprastha life, strict Vanaprastha life. But he spends time with his grandchildren, his sons, his wife. He goes, talks with them, spends time. But he lives here, in this place. Now, when he has come to that stage, he is mature enough, he has knowledge, he is able to take up Krishna consciousness in the right path, in the right way. And he is not only doing that, he has brought all the devotees, all the jewelers into the same line, and they are also following the same principle. Same thing they are doing. Very nice village they have constructed, and next to the temple, and everybody is there in the morning at 4:30 for Mangala. So by seeing this, we get to know that even if you have lots of money, you don't have to spend it here and there on unwanted things. Connect it always with Krishna, offer it to Krishna, give it to Krishna. Now we are having Janmashtami celebration. We can help Prabhu by giving Lakshmi for the programs, whatever it is. Krishna will 100% take care of you without any doubt. We don't have to be rushing all the time after money and you know do things which are not in relation to Krishna. We can do everything in relation to Krishna. There is an acronym LIFE for life. Life is for enjoyment. But once you come into Krishna consciousness, you can say life is for enlightenment. And this is the enlightenment, what we have to do. We have to take up Krishna consciousness and support the Krishna conscious programs, what we have, everything. Tan, man, dhan, everything you can offer to Krishna. And Krishna will very nicely reciprocate. That's why in the previous sloka, he has, he has said that the way you come, you serve me, I'll reciprocate. I have given you the living example of Balram Govind Prabhu and all the jewelers who are with him in the business. They are all suppliers, wholesale diamond merchants, wholesale gold merchants, wholesale silver merchants connected to him. They supply to Tangamail. They have factory where they manufacture and give to Tangamail. Tangamail is doing the selling and distribution and all these things. So for sure, Krishna will never put you down, and that is why we also have to realize that Krishna later on, it is coming later on, but I am saying here now because it's in relation to worshipping the demigods, worshipping the devatas. There is a sloka BG 9.25, Yanti Devan Vrata Devan Pitundanti Pritivrata. What it says is, if you worship the demigods, you will go to the loka of demigod. If you worship the Pitrus, you will go to Pitriloka. But if you worship me, you will come back to Goloka Vrindavan. So what you want to go? Where you want to go? Goloka Vrindavana. So that you can be with Krishna. It's too high Panda philosophy, right? Okay, let's have a nice story in Goloka Vrindavana. Then we can imagine and dream of going there. So Krishna is uh, in Goloka, and one of the Gopa got married to a Gopi from another village, nearby village. So this Gopi has heard many times that every day in the morning, Krishna and Balram, they walk down the street and everybody come and have the beautiful personality of Krishna and Balram walking the street in the morning around 7 o'clock. Because Krishna and Balram, they used to take the cow, the calf to the forest. Everybody will come and they will be watching Krishna and Balram walking. So this Gopi who got married to one of the Gopa from another village came here, and she just got married, no? So she was bit afraid. She was not coming out. And the mother-in-law, the mother of Gopa, had said, बर्तन मांज के रखो, कपड़ा धोने के कपड़ा धो, बाहर मत आना. So this Gopi who is married, she's afraid to come. But every day this is happening. After 1 week, she gets strength. She says, I have to go and see. I have to go and see what's happening. She comes out, she opens the door. Everybody is just having the beautiful form of Krishna Balram walking down the street. And she also comes. The moment she sees Krishna, she's mesmerized. But she's totally mesmerized, and she's just in her mind. She's thinking, I wish Krishna is right in front of me, because Krishna is walking down the street and she's standing outside the door of her house. And she she's just thinking, if Krishna is right in front of me, how great it will be. The moment she thinks Krishna is, he is in everybody's heart. So he realizes, you know what he does? He's taking all the calf, cow, all those things. So Krishna goes and twists the tail. He pinches the tail of the calf. And immediately the calf jumps, it turns, and next moment the calf is in front of the gopi, and Krishna is holding the tail, and Krishna is also in the front of the gopi. Immediately Krishna takes his flute, hits the cheek of that gopi, and he goes back. She is mesmerized, and she is just waiting there. And all have gone back to their room, to their home. The mother-in-law is going and saying, the daughter-in-law is not there in the backyard washing clothes, and all the kapda udhar hai, all the bartan udhar hai. Getting angry, तो तुम्हें भी उसने mesmerize कर दिया क्या? तुम्हारे दिल को भी जीत लिया है क्या? She comes. So this is how we will be meeting Krishna once we go back home, back to Godhead in Goloka Vrindavan. So if we can worship Krishna, we have opportunity to go back to Goloka Vrindavana, and this is the promise Srila Prabhupada has personally given. And the ticket to go back is nothing but chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So in this way, there are different ways in which we can go back home, back to Godhead. Back home, back to Godhead. This you have to remember always. Even Sankaracharya. Sankaracharya is Shiva, who came as Sankaracharya. Even Sankaracharya has given in Bhagavad Gita, if you take the introduction, you must read Bhagavad Gita again and again and again, and each time you read the purport, what Prabhupada has written, he has written from his heart. You can never, I mean, so nectarian it is. If you go and read the introduction in Bhagavad Gita as it is, the last paragraph there, Shankaracharya has said, what he says, Ekam Sastram Devaki Putra Geetam, Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva, Eko Mantras Tasya Namani Yani, Karmapi Ekam Tasya Devasya Seva. Ekam Sastram Devaki Putra Geetam. Let there be one scripture only, one common scripture for the whole world, that is Bhagavad Gita. Then Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva. Let there be one God for the whole world, that is Sri Krishna. Eko mantras tasya namani, and one hymn, one mantra, that is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And Karmapi Ekam Tasya Devasya Seva. And let there be one work only, the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if we just have one pointed uh, realization, one pointed focal point, that Krishna and nothing below that, we will be always worshipping Krishna, all the time chanting the holy name of Krishna, and we will definitely progress in our Krishna consciousness. I think I will end the class with this. There are other things which I don't want to get into, because when we come to that, because it's in the later chapters, so we'll cover it there. So basically, Krishna and Prabhupada here, they are discouraging. No need to go for Devata worship, just worship Krishna. Everything will be taken care. You don't have to worry about anything. Hare Krishna.